Hey guys, Dave the Austrasian here. I'm going to talk about the 511 Rush 72 backpack. So this backpack is retailing for about $135.99 currently as of February 2019. Its original price when I got it was about $179 or so. I've had this for probably 5 or 6 years now. This backpack is awesome. It's huge. It's durable. I haven't had any issues with the zippers or buckles or whatever. It features YKK zippers. It's got some MOLLE on it. It's super adjustable. It also has like an internal frame kind of stabilizer, big piece of plastic in there that keeps it rigid. I took that out. I didn't really like it. There was an issue with trying to get that back in for the review. It was super tight, super hard to get in, so I elected to just not have that in the review. But it does come with kind of a really hard piece of plastic on the back, which keeps it nice and rigid. So getting into it, this backpack is in black. It's offered in a bunch of different colors and stuff, multicam, sandstone, gray, black. There's some kind of more EMS or first responder bags that are in blue that have a couple different features, but this is just the standard backpack. So the total volume on this is about 55 liters, and that's really hard for me to kind of comprehend when I'm thinking about a bag, right? I don't know, how much, it's like 3,300 cubic inches is. That doesn't really translate well to me, so hopefully this review kind of gives you an idea of how much you can fit in this actual backpack. There's tons of pockets. There's a couple cool features on here. If you saw my review of the All Hazards Prime backpack, this shares some of the same principles as that, except for the kind of MOLLE on the inside. But let's get into it. All right. So first thing, we'll talk about the outside pouch here. Pardon all the dog hair. I just got back from a competition with this, where I used it to help lug around some of the gear, and then my dog kind of started laying on it. But outside here features MOLLE webbing all the way down. It does have a strip of Velcro at the bottom here, so you can throw on patches or dope cards or whatever you want. Super awesome. Down here, it zips. This outside pouch zips down, except for about 2, maybe 3 inches at the bottom, but it essentially opens all the way up. So in here, I just carry some Ear Pro, roll of duct tape, my dope books for both of the rifles that I use in competition, as well as a little toolkit, right? It's got just about everything you need to repair a weapon system or modify it or tune it, in case something happens out on the range. But I'll just do a quick, let you see what's inside here. Basically, it's just got some cleaning supplies, some different, scrapes or scrapers, picks, whatnot. It's got a chamber flag in there, and a couple different lanyards and stuff. But there's a multi-tool on the outside, which has just about all the different tools you'll need to perform field repairs. But on the inside of the pouch itself, it's got tons and tons and tons of pockets. I don't really know what any of these are for. I just kind of, like I said, stuff in there. There's a couple different, kind of larger pouches that are perfect for the documents or, little notebooks and stuff. There's a couple of mesh pockets in here that you can see through. Those are nice for having like pens, pencils, and stuff, different colored markers when you go in there. On the outside, there's some of these pockets right here. I don't know what they would be used for. I haven't ever really used them, but they're there if you need them. Again, more mesh pockets and stuff. So, like my All Hazards Prime backpack, this does feature kind of a helmet holder or kind of oversized gear holder where you can basically undo the clips at the top, and this folds down. Now you can stuff a helmet in there. As you can see, it opens up pretty large or pretty wide, so and then these straps can adjust, so if you need to have it a little bit bigger, you can. Unlike the All Hazards Prime backpack, this is not fleece lined, so if you're using this for any sort of like a helmet, like a motorcycle helmet or something that's got some paint on there, be a little bit careful. It's made out of nylon, which is pretty soft. However, can be a little bit abrasive if it's been used for a while. So, top here, there's kind of an outer pouch. Let's see if we can get this in frame here. So there's kind of an outer pouch right here. This is kind of a general purpose pouch. It does, like I said, features a little bit of MOLLE up top, strip of Velcro for name tapes or other pouches, whatever. It's pretty big. I mean, it's, you know, you can do whatever you need to. I just keep some allergy meds in there. You know, if I'm out on, you know, competition or shooting or whatever, you know, it's typically in lots of fields and stuff. I have pretty bad seasonal allergies. This does feature, again, some more mesh pockets. Like I said, they're kind of weird. I don't really know what you would put in there, what you would need to, but they're there in the event that you need them. So on both sides of this backpack, you have these kind of really large, you know, kind of side pouches, right? They're pretty awesome. You can fit a ton of stuff in there, and they're, you know, like I said, super versatile. You know, I've got a very large water bottle in there. And there's some extra room as well. It does feature some other pockets on the inside. You know, you could throw in whatever you want on the outsides. I've never really used those. Like I said, I just kind of use it more as a bag instead of kind of prepping everything exactly. But more MOLLE on the outside. I will say though, if you kind of overstuff these pouches, the straps that go across it, you know, are a little bit hard to secure sometimes if you need to utilize this, you know, the kind of oversized helmet carrier. So be mindful of that, but, you know, what's a bag if you have to carry, you know, like 100 pounds of stuff in there. So I generally try to keep this as light as possible. On the other side, it's the exact same thing. Like I said, see these extra straps, you can unbuckle it. In here, I just carried my ammo that I used for the match. These are 50 round 308 holders. They're pretty awesome. They're actually a little bit big, but I can fit 2 of them in there. So these are probably, I don't know, 5, maybe 6 inches across, and probably 3 or 4 inches high. So you can fit 2 of them in there. That is trying, like I said, this is trying to help you visualize how big 55 liters is. Again, same kind of pockets on the outside. Now, if you get into the top of the bag here, this, like the All Hazards Prime backpack, does feature a you know, eyewear pouch, right? So it's fleece lined. You can fit 2, maybe 3 sets of sunglasses in there. I've got 2 pairs of shooting glasses. So these are Oakley M frames, and then some Wiley X. I don't know, Wiley X Eye Pro that I had from the Army. But fleece line, super awesome. You're not going to scratch up your Eye Pro, and you don't have to carry around, you know, like with the Oakleys, that kind of giant kind of nylon pouch and stuff. This protects it super well. Now, if we get on to the inside of the backpack, there is a ton of room. So these zippers open up all the way down, 180 degrees, and it folds open. So if you can see, this is not actually how I carry it during a match, but I just wanted to show you what you can fit in this main compartment, right? So I've got a full-size shooting mat in here. It's, you know, pretty large. You know, this runs the entire length of my body, and it's probably 3 feet wide or so when it's fully opened up. So you can fit that in there. I've also got my spotting scope and a tripod. So I run these. You know, I do actually carry this on the inside of the backpack. Keeps it nice and protected and stuff, and it's pretty quick access. But you know, like I said, you can fit quite a ton in here. I've got a binder on the inside. This just helps me keep track of like match information. They run over, you know, the day or two before. You can kind of access the event and kind of figure out what stages kind of look like what and stuff. So I keep that all organized, nice and neat in a pocket or in a binder. But on the inside, the kind of side that faces the back is, you know, pretty bare. It's got a, you know, like a laptop holder or a, you know, kind of like a binder or computer or something like that. But it also features another larger mesh pouch in there. Super large, see-through, you know, nice zipper on there. It's got some nice, nice little tab to grab onto. On the outside, so the side away from your back, you've got multiple pockets in here. One of these is you know, opaque, and then the other 2 are mesh. You know, there's a larger one and a little bit smaller one. Like I said, you know, I don't utilize those a whole lot. However, they're available to you. You know, this bag has served me really well over the years. I found it's a little bit too big to be considered, like an everyday carry backpack or, using it for school or whatever. But this has been great for like when I go traveling, right? This bag, fits inside of the overhead luggage in airports. It fits inside the carry-on size, even if it's completely open. I haven't had any issues with that. The different pouches do feature grommet holes, so in case you're in a water environment, you have the ability to, shed some of that water if you're coming out of it. Now, like the All Hazards Prime backpack, the back side of it is awesome. It's got a a kind of secret compartment or whatever you want to call it. You can fit, another like another folder or binder or something back here. You could put your computer back here. I will say though, this is where, this little compartment at the outside, this is where that kind of really rigid plastic sheet goes in. It's super hard to get in and out of. I like the flexibility that it allows if you take it out, but you're going to have a little bit of trouble. You're going to have to use some muscle to get it back in there if that's what you choose to do. So, yep, this can be also used as a hydration or like a hydration carrier for like a Camelback or something. It does feature a hole at the top of here to run in your hydration tubing into the main compartment right here, and then there's on either side of the kind of top handle there's a slot to run that tubing through. So I've never been a big fan of running hydration carriers inside of backpacks and stuff. It just adds a whole lot of weight. Fluid is heavy. But, like I said, that's available to you if you so wish to use it. Now, the straps, super wide. I don't know, that's probably maybe 2.5 inches wide. Super comfortable to wear. It's got a nice chest strap on there. And then it's got, some MOLLE webbing on the shoulder pads as well. I will say that these adjust super well. There's a couple little bands on there if you want to tuck away your straps and stuff. The only thing I've not been a big fan of on this backpack is the waist strap. I just think it's it's a little bit bulkier. I wish they offered it where this was not included. However, due to the design of the backpack being a kind of 72-hour bag or 3-day backpack, I get it. You could be using this in more of a tactical environment, trying to ruck out, a couple days on mission or whatever, and that kind of makes sense. But it does feature, the little kind of holes down in the back, so I just tuck those away and keep them out of the way. They're there if I need them. They do feature a little bit of MOLLE webbing on there, so you could attach, like a couple pouches for like a compass or first aid kit or whatever you need to on there. Like I said, I haven't had too many issues with rips, tears, or anything wearing out on me. The bottom does feature kind of these single MOLLE tabs, so you could attach, with like straps or something, a sleeping bag or tent or tarp or whatever you needed to the bottom of the bag. I think kind of the best uses for this backpack are, like I said, using it for travel, using it for kind of longer excursions or something where you need to carry a bunch more gear, such as PRS shooting or any sort of matches like that. You're able to fit a ton of gear in the actual backpack while keeping it light, compact, and then the shoulder straps are super comfortable, so you're able to carry it for a long period of time without fatiguing as much. So that was a very quick overview of the 511 Rush 72 backpack. I hope I helped you guys kind of get an idea of how big 55 liters is, or whatever the 3,320 cubic inches is. You are able to fit a ton of junk into this backpack, and it's super comfortable to wear for long periods of time. If you guys thought this video was helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Well, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.